Bartesian's Raspberry Ginger Gimlet pod. I rated it an 8 out of 10, and honestly, a real surprise. Here's the thing. Gin isn't my first choice. When I reach for a drink, vodka or tequila wins almost every time. My version of a martini is a vodka martini. The Aviation pod cracked that wall open a couple weeks back and earned a 9 out of 10. I genuinely didn't see that coming. So when I saw the Raspberry Ginger Gimlet sitting in the gin lineup, I figured the second gin pod deserved a fair shot. Tasted on Bartesian Pro, regular setting, Bombay London Dry loaded as the gin. Here's what I got. Sweeter than expected. I've never had a classic Raspberry Ginger Gimlet at a bar, so I had no baseline. What I expected was something more tart, more bracing. What I got was the opposite. This is a sipper. The raspberry dominates the front of the palate. Sweet, fruit-forward, but not artificial or candy-like. The ginger sits underneath. Present, but subtle. Not the spicy zing the name promises. More like a warm undertone that rounds out the sweetness. One transparency moment. Bartesian's official garnish for this pod is lime and raspberry. The lime went bad before tasting day, so the cocktail was raspberry only. A squeeze of lime over the finished cocktail would add a touch of tartness on the finish to balance the sweetness. On the gin pairing, the raspberry and ginger profile doesn't ask for a floral or botanical-forward gin to compete with it. It asks for a clean London Dry to let the fruit lead. Bombay London Dry on regular setting worked. Balanced, drinkable, no off notes. If you're a non-gin drinker, this is a safe starting point. For regular gin drinkers, you probably already have a favorite. A standard London Dry, Bombay, Tanqueray, Beefeater, even Seagrams. Any of these is the right shape of gin here. No need to reach for anything fancy. This is also where the Bartesian owners community weighed in. 4 owners shared their pours for this pod. The pattern was consistent. London Dry every time. Shake it, garnish with lime and raspberry. One owner uses a champagne float to turn it into a spritzer. Another adds a berry sugar rim and a shaker pour. The community agrees with what the pod is asking for. So, how is this different from a classic gimlet? A classic gimlet is gin and lime cordial. Tart, bracing, gin forward. This pod takes that base and adds raspberry sweetness and ginger warmth. The result is less of a stiff cocktail and more of an accessible fruit-forward sipper. It's the gimlet your friend who says they don't really drink cocktails will actually enjoy. The final verdict. 8 out of 10. Aviation hit a 9. This one falls one notch below, but it's a genuine surprise in the same gin curiosity zone Aviation first opened up. Easy enough to hand to a guest who doesn't drink cocktails. Who is this pod best for? If you're hosting and you need a crowd pleaser, this works. If you're a casual drinker who wants something approachable, this works. If you're a serious gin drinker looking for a stiff, dry, classic cocktail experience, this is not your pod. Stick with Aviation or pour a real gimlet. Want this on a menu for your next dinner party? TheCocktailAce.com has a free menu maker. Pick a theme, name your bar, add your favorite Bartesian cocktails, print or share, under a minute, no login, no paywall. Full review with all 4 owner contributors, the tasting notes, the gin recommendation, and the FAQ is at theCocktailAce.com. Search for Raspberry Ginger Gimlet. TheCocktailAce.com. Real Bartesian tips, honest pod reviews, home of the free cocktail menu maker.